Good morning, Winner's Tale team. This is a very quick video to give you the notes from last night's run, which was very, very good. Please make sure you copy these into your script and have them ready for opening tonight. Very top, Calvin and Isabel. Your faces are a little bit too detached. I think a little bit more engagement, a little bit more joy in the dance and all that. I'm getting rich. I'm not getting happy at that particular moment. Make sure if you are using the boot tops that go over your boots that you have dress shoes today, black dress shoes. If you do not, get them or contact me. Um, Camillo, great on the volume during your very first speech. I think it can be just a little bit subtler. It's a little bit, over the top at the moment. So same energy and volume, but just pull it back just a tiny little bit. Um, Hermione, he seems something unsettled. Page 2. Unsettled is a little melodramatic. Keep the same choice, pull it back just a little bit. Same page. Are you moved, my lord? Moved is getting buried a little bit, so make sure we hear that word because it's an unusual word. Um, Page 3, Leontes, and just in general, Leontes, beware plateaus. It's easy to sort of get stuck on the cray cray king line and lose some of the contours of when is he more reasonable, when is he less reasonable. Usually you're pretty good with that. Just be aware of that. What I will say, Leontes, I saw a real arc yesterday from a king who loves his wife to a king who's jealous of his wife to a king who is crazy because of his wife. And I saw that change. And a lot of that, I have to say, is the work of the ensemble and the way that they're reacting to Leontes. So congratulations to all. That was one of my favorite things about the run yesterday. Um, and specifically on page 5, the whole uh, drunken scene, the spider speech, and everyone's responses to that was glorious. That was great. Mamilius, when Dad, this is page 5, when Dad throws you over there and Calvin sort of touches you on the shoulder, have a reaction. It doesn't need to be big, but just when he claps you on the shoulder, react to that, because right now there's no reaction, which makes it look like you expected him to sort of touch you there. Um, Julia, again, talk to me about getting that fabric on your elbows or doing something else with it. We'll talk in class today about that. Amelia, page 6, again, great choices. Love all of that. Just more vocal presence. You're not mic'd, and the audience is used to hearing a mic'd voice. So even though it's an intimate scene, fill that space out. It's tricky. Um, uh, Use longer Mamilius. I don't understand what any of that means. Um, those are all technical notes. Page 7, Antigonus. During my child, away with it, take it hence. We can afford more reaction. Right now, I know that you're covering because you're in the presence of the king, but just don't cover quite so well. He is saying, I want you to take a baby and kill it. I mean, we can see that land. We can see in your face and body what it is to have your king tell you to do, that he wants this done. Hermione, page 8 in the court scene. Right now you're on the right side of the step. You should be centered on that step to mirror Leontes being centered on his step at the top of the court scene. And Hermione, imagine that the audience is part of the lords of the court as well, because you're playing some of them up to the people who are on the steps, which is great. Play some of it to us as well. You are surrounded by these lords of the court, and part of those are our audience. Um, and Just so you know, there was on page 9, there was a little bit of a bubble with a Q on the Oracle tear, so we're going to work that during class today, so we'll make sure that that works. And Leontes, page 9, during Paulina's What Torments speech. Right now, you're holding it together a little too much. I think just in terms of your face and your physicality, every new thing on the list needs to chip away more at you. Right now, you're holding it together until the queen, and then you break down. I think we need to see, oh, that hurts. That hurts more. Oh, that hurts. And so the queen is the final thing. Um, Getting outside. Just as a quick thing, Mamilius, I heard extra, not most extra sort of thing. Remember, your mics come on before the scene starts. So if you are outside, you should be silent. because you never know when that scene is going to start and your mics are going to be on, and it will totally break the incredible magic of that scene if we hear someone talking off mic. Taking a look at that, page 11, time. We missed 2. I believe that's you, Stephen. You know, be prepared for that. I don't know what happened there, but it threw things off. Work on all that. That's all technical. There will be an opening on either end of the row of chairs, so time can come down. We can run that before the show today. Polixenes, page 11. From the house of a most homely shepherd. I'm missing the word shepherd. I heard you emphasizing it. That's good. It's a clarity thing up there on the balcony. Tech. Page 12, clown, out upon him prig. Dovetail that line and make sure it's bear baitings, not bear beatings. Different sort of thing. And also, if you bet spit at him, he'd have run. How do you do now? That period after run and how do you do now is a little bit too big. Pull it together. Whenever you are in the pergola, you always want to be on a diagonal. You never want to be orthogonal to the audience. So that is to say, if you're in the pergola, your back should be to a post, and you should be facing the other person whose back is also to a post. It should never be your back to an opening, facing someone with their back to the opening. Always a diagonal. Most of you are staged that way. I noticed that Autolycus and the clown weren't that way, so just keep in mind, if you're in the pergola, diagonals for sight lines. Remember, Perdita, here's Rosemary, and for you, Rue. 2 separate gesture on the word, 2 different gives. The circle for the dance, sort of a semicircle around the pergola. Can it be a full circle around? Can it be spread out more, or is there something in the dance that prevents that? Someone who knows the dance, Rachel, Claire, somebody, come talk to me about that, because just for the people on the other side, we're seeing a lot of backs during that. Okay, so when you're hitting your pose at the end of the dance with your ribbons, make it sharp, whatever that is. Make it very, very sharp, very, very clear, because right now it's and then we don't know if it's done or not. So we should have one pair, 2 pairs, 3 pairs, Sky, and then Calvin and Austin, and Isabel. Watch for that. As soon as you see Calvin and Calvin and Carolina, God. As soon as you see them hit their pose, come on in. Even that it's slightly earlier in the music. Because right now it's like the dance ends. Does it really end? It's a weird moment. Moving on. We want it to button, and we're in. Isabel and Isabel, both of you, talk to me about a little Lotzie for stealing the purse. Chapin, I love you. I love you so much. Don't wear the crown when you're disguised as not the king. The crown needs to come off. We've seen you with the crown long enough that we know that that's there, but I was watching that, and there was your white beard, and your hunch over, and your crown was still there. It's like, the beard is a powerful illusion, not that powerful. Great choice, by the way, on the whom son I dare not call speech. Those were all just wonderful. Meet with me during class today. We're going to work that beard because what happened is the mic came off, and so we lost some vocal presence on the speech, but the choices were really beautiful, and I appreciate that. Similar about mics, Camillo, when we lost the beard, your mic moved from here down to here, and we lost your volume, so just be very careful in the removal of the beard. Clown, page 17. Show him those things you found about her, those secret things. The secret things are in that box he's carrying, so he can really point to that. You can point to that. Page 17, Autolycus, if that shepherd be not in hand fast. More of a threat for that. Literally it means if that shepherd has not run away, if he's not gotten his stuff together and run away, then let him fly, the curses he shall have. So a little bit more of a threat at that very first sentence. We're getting the threat in the rest of the speech. We want to open it up with that. Those are all tech notes. Page 19, Perdita. Very good adjustment, Perdita. Like I gave you the note to live more in the scene. I loved that. I watched you the whole time, and it was great. You're in line. We are not sure, nor are we like to be. The nor are we like to be means literally, nor are we likely to be married. And the reason is because you've been caught. So it's two different ideas. We're not married, and it looks like we're not going to get married because we've been screwed by Camillo, right? So make sure we get those two different ideas there. Got that. Page 20, Dion, I think you're doing this already, but I'll just say it again. We really need to hear, no, the princess hearing of her mother's statue, that which is in the keeping of Paulina. Just really draw that word statue out, really emphasize it, because it's new information to the audience, and it is the hinge of the beautiful moment at the end there. Shepherd, page 20, again, I missed the emphasis on thy. I have passed more children, but thy sons and daughters. We want to hear that antithesis. I'm going to work on that. That's tech. Isabella, when you're coming down from off the steps, with I know that they're tall steps, but you're sort of clunking down the steps. Just descend a little bit more slowly, so that it's not quite as loud a thing. And then page 21, Isabella, if you can behold it, I'll make the statue move. Indeed, a little bit more weight on I'll make the statue move. It's this sense of you're saying something just shocking, right? And I think you can take some time with that. And then finally, Paulina, page 21. Go together, you precious words, all indicate, hey, Perdita, go join. And that's what that together means. Go together. You two together and you two together. Otherwise, I don't know how we can justify Perdita pairing up with Florizel, and she needs to for the look there. So I think it's you telling them. It's like, lovers get together, old lovers get together, young lovers get together, go together, you precious winners all. I think you're the justification for that. Okay, those are the only notes I have. Leticia will be sending out her notes later on. I'll have Sam's notes a little bit later on today, so check these, copy them into your script. As a note, only 4 people so far have said that they're staying today for pizza, so respond to this email. Let me know about that. Thank you again.